me and the Muffin come to say hello during the daytime. So we've got daylight lighting. It's a nice day. It's been very cold the last couple of days, but today's going to be, I think, a high of 17. So spring's definitely sprung here in the Riverina. It's a very short season, I find. Like, winter just goes with a bang, and then all right, and then all of a sudden it's spring, and there are cherry blossoms and daffodils and tulips and things out for about 2 weeks, and then that's gone, and then it's summer, and it starts getting very hot, for me. And they forecast a very hot summer this year with a lot of bushfires and high chance of some drought. So we'll have to conserve water and all of that. Oh, another fly, just like last week. Yep, go on, chase the fly then. Try and catch it this time. So Muffin went to the vet this week for a checkup. Last year he was diagnosed with an overactive thyroid, and he had he's been on some medication for 12 months. It's quite funny because I diagnosed him myself. If he'd been a person, I would have said you've got an overactive thyroid. He was very restless. His coat was in terrible condition. He lost weight. All happened over a few weeks. Lost a lot of weight, but he was eating like 4 times as much as normal. And I had wormed him, so I knew it wasn't worms. And his eyes were really like buggy, and he was even more nervous than normal, which is saying a lot for a Muffin, because he's always been like anxious and jumpy about stupid things. Muffin. So, oh, now my nose is itching. Sorry, everyone. It's not very nice on a video, but this is my second go at recording because he's switched it off with his tail and various things. So yeah, the vet says, so he had blood tests. Was it yesterday I took you to the vet? No, the day before. Yeah. So he had blood tests done, and she said his levels are perfect. And I kind of knew that because I could tell he put a bit of weight back on. His coat's in lovely condition, and he's a lot calmer, and he's eating like down to normal levels. So even though his tablets cost quite a lot, I think I'm saving money on cat food. What else can I tell you? I've got a new computer mouse. That's very exciting, isn't it? But for anyone who cares, it's a Halo mouse. I wasn't bothered about that, but it was on special. It's a Death Adder gaming mouse. It was very good value, and so if you're impressed by the fact that I have a Halo themed mouse, that's good. I've never played Halo, but I have recently started playing World of Warcraft again, which is why I needed a new mouse, because mine was sticking on the left click and it was very frustrating. But I think I'd had mine over 10 years, so it was a Razer as well. So that was fine. I've tried to con Muffin by putting the old mouse over to one side in the hope that he will sit on it, thinking it's a thing that I need to use, because he usually sits on what he thinks I want to use. And I've also bought a little heating pad that plugs into the computer when it's on and it gets warm, in the hope that he will choose to sit on that, because the new World of Warcraft mode that I've been playing is called hardcore, and it's if your character dies, they die, that they don't come back to life and start again, so you have to start a whole new character. And Muffin has nearly got my character killed several times. I haven't played for a couple of weeks anyway because I've been busy. No, he's chosen to sit on my my current mouse and mouse pad. Muffin, you're so annoying. Anyway, I shall stop touching the mouse because I think that's what sometimes makes the camera freeze. So that's that. There were a few things that I thought I should add about the British/Australian foods. One was, when I was looking through it myself, I realised that it sounds like I eat nothing but meat, which is quite funny because, or meat pies and meat sausage and things like that. I eat a lot less meat than I used to. I think a lot of people do. So I really only have red meat, or even chicken, maybe twice a week these days, and I usually have fish once a week, and probably vegetarian, not consciously vegetarian, but it might be something with eggs or cheese, very rare, and sometimes it would be considered vegan, I suppose, but usually it's like, I love eggs, and now I have found out where one of the hens is laying, so I'm getting an egg a day, which for one person is substantial, and I know the others are there somewhere. So yeah, so fruit and vegetables here are very plentiful. When they're in season, they're reasonably cheap. I don't think there's anywhere near as much variety as there is in England, but that is because we don't import much here at all. Like sometimes you get cherries from the United States out of season, but there's pretty much somewhere in Australia where you can grow tomatoes all year round. You can grow strawberries and things like that all year round. Because the climate's so varied, there's always something coming from somewhere. So it's certain times of year, things like strawberries and blueberries are a lot more expensive, but they are available from Australian grown, and they don't. All the tropical fruits grow here, as well as all the cooler climate fruits like apples and pears and cherries. The cherries usually come into season around about Christmas, and they're usually delicious. Yeah. And vegetables are vegetables wherever you are. So yes, there's that. And then the other things that I thought I should add about food that I hadn't said was that I think on the whole the chocolate in the UK is better because it doesn't have this anti-melting stuff that they put in it here. And I think most people here keep their chocolate in the fridge because in the summer it would just melt in your house. And but then I know you've had a sugar tax come in the UK, and I don't know how that's affected all of your sweets and things like that. Terminology of sweets is different here. Sweets are generally referred to as lollies, whereas a lolly in the UK would mean a lollipop on a stick, and an ice lolly would be what they would call an ice block here, and a few little things like that. What else can I tell you? I didn't mention fairy bread. That's an great Australian treat to have at children's parties, which is really cheap and really easy, and it's just buttered bread with hundreds and thousands, but the round hundreds and thousands, which they just call sprinkles here, on it. So it looks really pretty, and children love it. And sure, it's not very good for them, but it's children's party food. And what else can I tell you? I think portions when you eat out are generally a lot bigger here, and I don't think that's necessarily a good thing. Interestingly, with the current economic climate, I have noticed that they are getting a bit smaller, and that suits me fine. So yeah, that's it. Prices for eating out in general are a lot cheaper here, and although they've gone up, everything's gone up everywhere, so it's all relative. And I did look the other day, some of the prices for things like bread are still cheaper in England. I've never understood why, because they grow a lot of wheat here, like a lot. So anyway, that's the thing. So that's all that. This weekend here in Lockhart, we've got a thing called the Spirit of the Land Festival, where they celebrate the agricultural heritage of the area. They have a lot of they have like a sculpture festival, but sculptures made out of kind of industrial and agricultural materials, so iron and metal and steel and things like that, all selling food and specialities and local crafts and things like that. So that's nice. It brings lots of people into town, and it's kind of one of the biggest days of the year here. So again, if you want to look that up on the internet, you can look up Spirit of the Land Festival Lockhart, and it will show you what it is like. And I think that's probably me. Hopefully I'm going to Sydney next weekend to see family and visit some friends, although I'm not sure if I'll get to see all of my friends, because I'm only going for 3 nights. So by the time I've driven up there one day and driven back on the day I'm coming back, that there isn't a lot of time left, but we will see. And then hopefully I'll get up there again before Christmas. Yeah, when I moved down here, I hoped to go up to Sydney every 6 weeks or so, and then COVID hit straight away, and so I didn't. And now petrol's got so expensive that it's a real undertaking to go. And also, I thought I might go on the train, because I can get a cheap train ticket a couple of times a year now. And but there's only 2 trains a day from here, from Wagga Wagga to Sydney, and they arrive very late. They either leave here at like 1 o'clock in the morning and arrive there early in the morning, or they leave there at like 8 a.m. and so you don't get any benefit out of that day in Sydney, but you've still got to find accommodation for the night before. So all in all, between petrol and accommodation, or having to stay an extra 2 nights if you go on the train, which is inconvenient, I'm just going to drive, because it's a lot more convenient, private. I'm a lot less likely to catch COVID or whatever. So yeah, that's me rambling on about stuff. And just to let you know, I love you all of those of you who watch me. You're valuable and you're worthwhile. Okay, bye bye.